What's up, Las Vegas? I'm sitting here today with an entrepreneur and athlete, I have to say, also repping the Angels mask, which you guys can see, but it will be pulled down during the conversation. I'm here with Anthony Allen. He is number 32 for the Silver State Mustangs. He is the owner of Lapp of Luxury Entertainment, and he dabbles a little bit in the realm of OnlyFans. He's the first person I've had on here who is an athlete for the Silver State Mustangs, but also a man of OnlyFans. So you are in a small niche out there in society. So Anthony, thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you very much for having me.
I have to say, how does somebody end up in the world of OnlyFans?
Well, I'm known as one of the cleanest showers taking niggas on the internet. So I was on Facebook. I started, I would have a conversation or a conversation forum with my viewers. They'll ask questions. They'll get answers.
While you're showering?
While I'm in the shower.
Okay.
I have dialogue, and I have like hours and hours of episodes of me literally in the shower. I got like hundreds, thousands of them. So it got to the point to where the viewers were complaining, why are you not dropping the camera? Where's the meat? They was extra out. So I'm like, this is a family-based type of social platform, so I can't just wed Willie on here. I'm going to be in jail for 30 days, and then y'all won't get to see me. So do you want to see meat for 10 minutes, or do you want to not have me on Facebook for a whole month? So it got to the point to where somebody said, well, you doing it for free, you might as well make an OnlyFans and get paid for it. I'd pay to watch these. I said, oh, yeah. Sound pretty good. Went on ahead and did it, and now I am truly the shower king. I do custom vids. I will link up with you if you meet the requirements and allow you to watch a shower live, join a shower, bathe me, however you want to do it. The royal penis is clean, Your Highness, all that. It has a price tag, but it can be done. So it really went for me just... I'm a tattoo model as well, so I'm always topless. I'm always with no shirt on. I have tattoos everywhere. Where there's skin, there's ink. So it all just tied together, and now I'm on there making a little money every here and there, every now and then.
Wow, the shower king. I love it. There's so many different niches within nudity and OnlyFans and presenting your brand. Do you think it dilutes the productivity of anything else that you're doing? Because sometimes OnlyFans it's brought sexualization to the limelight in a sense, right? Like people are becoming more, they're able to embrace their sexuality through OnlyFans.
I don't really want to say that because sex sells. That's number one. Mm-hmm. And then everybody sex is in movies, it's in cartoons, it's on TV, it's on the radio, to the newspaper, magazine. So people have already began to get comfortable. You got the movement of the
LGBTQ plus, yeah.
I'm saying it wrong because I don't know it.
It's long, yeah.
Yeah, it's long, and I don't pay attention. But everybody is basically comfortable already in what they're doing. What OnlyFans did, which I really love, is they gave the stars creative control. You shoot your own scenes, you do your own editing, you upload, and you are paid directly. So now you're not on X videos, you're not on Pornhub, you're not on XNXX being randomly saw by accident when somebody searches your genre. When somebody wants to see you, they come right here, they tap the link, they pay, and they watch you. So now it's not diluted with other people. Like maybe they'll scan past yours and see something better, like, ooh, snap, and they was about to stop on your video, but one right there next to a caught the eye and they jumped over there. On OnlyFans, these are only your fans, so then they're here for you. They're paying you.
And it's a pure subscription model, correct?
It's a pure subscription model. So it made us more powerful, I should say. We already comfortable. We do what we do, but the creative control, the ability to shoot when I want to shoot, charge however much I want to charge, and get paid, and not have to give nobody else nothing. Don't get me wrong. Fill out a W-2, W-4, the I-9, 1099. It's tax. I guess they taxing us, so you can pay your taxes on there. So it's legal and it's legit, but you don't really have to pay nobody but Uncle Sam. You and whoever you starring with, if y'all not doing it together, do you pay them, shoot a little vid, and get on? You've been paid for your seen. So every residual after that is all me because this is my platform. It's basically your own platform to say whatever you want. So it's not just really sex. I know people who have, there's a women who have merely just feet. I know a lady who shoves her feet in bowls of spaghetti, jello, pudding, wet sand, water.
Yeah, you're tapping into the most deep fetishes.
Yeah, I know a lady who cooks in an apron, nude. I know another one who just washes her hair. It's all the way down to her ankles. There's guys who love long hair. This is basically a personal fetish rand type. What you want to see is what you're going to pay for. And if this person is providing it, you're going to pay them and them only. And that's spectacular.
And how would you describe your community or your fans? Are they more... It does revolve around sex and nudity, but would you say they're driven by their horniness, by their love for you? Or like what happens in these conversations? What is the message you're portraying to them? How would you describe that?
My audience is merely on the fact of the love for me. I could be on OnlyFans doing something besides what I'm doing, and I'd probably have more, if not the same amount of love that I'm getting now, merely because it's the people who like me. So they'll come to the basketball games, watch me hoop. They'll subscribe to the OnlyFans to watch me take a shower or engage in some type of wild activity with a woman. They will log on to my Twitter, my Snap, my Instagram, my TikTok if they want to laugh. If they want to see pictures of me in a modeling sense, they'll get on the social media. Like people, they like the Anthony Allen presentation. S. Dot, Mr. Pretty Good, Tattoo King, Splash Daddy, Blonde Morant, whatever they love, I have it. So they're here for me. So whatever I'm doing, they're gonna rock with it.
And you don't find it awkward when you have your OnlyFans watching you play your basketball game, even though they know you in this more sexual light?
No, I think I was built for the spotlight. It's just now my turn. That's what people don't understand. Like, if you're a star, you're always a star, whether anybody sees it or not. You know how many stars in the sky right now don't get noticed? And they all up there? Yeah. It's just the light does its 360 rotation, and right now, it's on me. So I'm going to use every bit that I can while I'm here.
And how you mentioned you mentioned about 4 different aliases that you go by through these different platforms. It seems that you're kind of compartmentalizing different aspects of your life, right? On OnlyFans, it's your sexual nature, and
that's
then you said
pretty good.
And then on Snapchat, it's your funny and your hilarity, and then on the basketball court, number 32, the Hollywood shooter,
Hollywood Hooper,
Hollywood 32. Hooper. Yeah,
yes.
My apologies.
Oh, it's all good.
So you have like your athletic side. You have your sexuality. You have your
comedic,
your comedic side.
Yeah.
Do you ever find it troubling to be able to speak as just Anthony Allen, where all of these different components are combined into one, and because it's been so segmented through all of these different channels?
Not at all. I was born Anthony, and when I shake the city, I'll still be Anthony. So these don't define who I am. I give them the life that they have. I could easily turn one off, flourish with the other 3 or 5 or 6 that I ain't really named. But any avenue that I'm pushing, it's going to be 100. So I could turn one off and it not hurt me at all. These are not personalities, I should say. They're not, they say the suit make the man make the suit. These different compartmentalized aspects of the life don't make me. I made them. So at any given time, I can actually turn them all off and still be who I am, still run these streets as a general.
It's very important to have that insight and that awareness, because you see the countless amount of times in society, more specifically in Hollywood or even in the music industry, where these artists and actors lose sight of who they are because they're presenting an image through their movies or through their music, and they just completely disassociate from the person that they were born with or the name that they were given.
Now, I had a nickname the first one I started with. My friends call me S. Dot. So the first tattoo I got was S. Dot on the forearm. And then every artist, comedian, whatever entertainer, whoever you are as a person, everybody feels royal. At one given point in time, they feel like I'm the king of this, I'm the queen of that, whatever. So I'm like, if I'm S. Dot, I might as well be King S. Dot, because you already got Jay-Z, S. Dot Carter. I can't really run with the S. Dot name and not have something different to add to it. So I'm from a royal lineage. I believe that. I know it deeply. So I'm King S. Dot. So for a long time, people were just asking me, King S. Dot, like, what you the king of? Or where's your kingdom? And when you don't have an answer, you get teased, you get clowned. There's no validity. So I'm making my moves. I'm trying to build my kingdom, basically. And I'm sitting here listening to T.I., Clifton Tip Harris. Shout out Big Catcher Kane. Think I rap straight up for these niggas. My guy was having an interview, and I promise you, when he said this, it clicked. And I knew from then on, there's no way I can ever have my royal bloodline questioned without the questioner being beheaded or send that messenger back to your people, and I'll behead them. What he said was, he said, everybody asks me how I think I'm the king of the South, or so many people say they're the king. Well, I am the king of oneself. He said, nobody can tell me what to do. I govern myself. I pay all my bills, take care of my kids, love all my women. Can't nobody tell me what to do in my life because I run it all. So when you're the king of yourself is the kingdom. Once one is king of oneself, he is king over all. I was like, I pay all my own bills. I take care of my son. I run these streets with no one telling me what I can and can't do. I am truly a king. And ever since then, you can't tell me that I don't have a crown. I don't have a throne. I don't have a kingdom that mass as far as the eye can see, because I've created it. It's mine. I'll show it to you when you're ready.
Yeah, you're truly the self-sovereign individual.
Exactly.
That's a message that I enact on here all the time. That's, to be truly free, you have to possess your own ideals, your messaging, your virtues, your values, but also in the physical world, you need to be able to keep your relationships intact. You need to be able to understand your family's perception of you, your friends. And so to be a king of yourself is sometimes tough, because the way that society grows, they just add more components to life that you have to manage, right? Like 10 years ago or 12 years ago, social media was born. So you can't tell the people who were the king of themselves in the 2000s that they also have to manage this digital identity of themselves and all of these OnlyFans accounts and Snapchat accounts and everything. It's you grow as a person, and you have to be a king of a much larger, much higher hill as society progresses.
Exactly.
So
all right.
Tell me a little bit about Anthony Allen before Las Vegas. From my understanding, you're not from Vegas, correct?
No, I'm from California.
So tell me the pretext of Anthony Allen before you made it out here to Sin City.
Well, in LA, I was about as royal there as I am here, but that is hometown. So you see a few more trials and tribulations. You're homegrown, so people kind of used to seeing you. You're not really popping. Well, you are, but you got to do outlandish, a bunch of stuff in order to be like, hey, look at me.
Yeah, you got to peacock.
You got to overly peacock. I mean, it's like, okay, we've been watching you peacock for like 12, 13, 15, 30 years now, bruh. Where's the next peacock at? And I'm like, ooh, I'm trying to stay in the light. So that kind of pushed and fueled the move here. But before, like literally, I was full-time dad prior to the pandemic, and like maybe 2 or 3 years before the pandemic, like it was me going to work from, at first I was working in the, what's it called? We were feeding the homeless, but it was called the Skid Row department at a church in California by the name of West Angeles. I worked in the Skid Row department. I had to be up every morning at 5 to be at the church at 6 so we could go and get food and feed the homeless in LA, different parts of the city, and we had to hit the entire city in 1 week. So Monday we'd be downtown, Tuesday middle, then by Wednesday we in El Segundo, Hawthorne area, and we everywhere, and we feeding the people of God, right? So that's how I started, and then I moved up from there to in the kitchen washing dishes. Then I made it to sous chef, the head chef by the name of Brian Lubin. He was very spectacular over the stove, and I've been cooking since I was like 7. My granny and my mom taught me how to cook, so I've been over the stove for a minute as well. So I was playing in a I was playing in a YMCA league, working out with my homeboy, and we were supposed to be going to play in Thailand, and they was gonna give up $26,000 a month for 3 months to 2 Americans, and they wanted him, and they told him they didn't care who he brought. So he was like, "Bro, trying to go?" I'm like, "Yes, let's go. I'm outro." He like, "Yeah, but you look a little out of shape, so we have to hop in the league real quick and like work out." Like, "Oh, it's nothing." I'm embarrassing. I'm abusing. I'm dogging this entire league. We in the playoffs, 1 game before the championship. When I literally say I am bussing this dude, like literally, like anywhere I pull up from, it's I am sending the ball to Coopstown. I got a little cousin who call it Cooperstown. He like, as if you don't touch no rim, the net go.
Yep.
So it's you sending that shot to Cooperstown. I was tearing him up this entire game, and he did to me what I've done to so many people in my life, which was one little comment, antagonizing, get in your head, and knowing exactly what to say and when to say it to get that reaction. Now, mind you, he talking, I'm zoned out. I don't hear you. Bam, 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 bam. I'm on an outlet. I promise you, I'm running on an outlet. He trailing me semi, but he like right on the side of me. He's like right by the ear, so I can hear him while he running. I can hear him breathing, so I can basically hear what he about to say. I'm running as the ball coming down out the air. He whispers, "You must can't make no layups because you ain't did nothing but shoot jumpers all day." I looked at him like, "What?" I catch the rock in mid-run, and instead of stopping and pulling up on him like I've been doing all day, I stop, I pump fake him. He goes to block it. I'm like, "El stupido." And I go right past him, and as I blow past him, popcorn in the air to go to the rim and give me an easy layup, because there's nobody down here. We on outlet. I'm by myself. Rupture my Achilles tendon.
Oh.
I mean, it explodes so loud, it sounds like a gunshot in the gym. Everybody knows when you rupture that, it sounds like a gunshot. It was so loud, everybody ducked, boom. I'm literally like, it don't hurt at first, but the whole bottom half of my leg lock up. Ankle don't work, foot numb, everything. I fall, boom. Roll out, roll off the court. I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm watching my ankle turn into a grapefruit. I'm literally looking at it, watching it swell. I'm like, I might could still hoop. I tie a heavy knot in the shoe. I stand up, take one step, boom. I said, "Oh, yeah, somebody gonna have to roll me to send out of the hospital." So they like, "Yeah, let's take you to the hospital." I said, No, forget that, bro, because we have 19 and I want to make sure we win. I literally lay there for the rest of the second half on the floor, foot up in the air, yelling, "Get back on D, guard him, blah, blah, this, blah, that, man, y'all losing." Literally, we had a 19-point lead when I fell. It was down to like 4 before we won the game. I was so hot. I'm like, I hope y'all don't lose. And I killed myself out here trying to abuse. So that I bring that up to say I was a sous chef in the kitchen at my job. And because I was injured, not at work, somewhere else, technically you're supposed to be like, okay, well, we don't have anything for you. We have to. I had been learning IT work. Literally, I have 2 certificates. Like right now, I have one down in the car for Google instruction. Literally, I can sit and give you a class, instruct you on how to use Google Suite, everything that's in the Google Suite, which is documents, presentation, spreadsheets, anything literally that's internet knowledge, like computer knowledge. I've been doing that work for the past 4 years prior to coming to Vegas. Before COVID hit, that's the work I was doing. So I already had that knowledge when I had failed in the kitchen, because I was like, when I wasn't over the stove, I was helping in the front with the cashiers, because the system had went from regular register to Lightspeed, and then from Lightspeed to Square. And Square was on the iPad. It's hooked up to the church's internet system, which me and the other part of the team ran. So at times when the cashiers would have issues, they'll come in the kitchen, I'm over the stove, they're like, "Anthony, the internet's out." Wash my hands, run in the front, take off the apron, sit down in front of the computer. Here you go. "Oh, thank you so much, Brother Anthony," because we had church. "Brother Anthony, God bless you." So after a while, when I failed, they like, "You're such an asset to the church. We don't want to really let you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to promote you from kitchen hand to actual cashier. So now you can sit down, you don't have to stand, and you can run the system for us also. You can be the IT tech on Sundays along with cashiers. So now whoever works IT on the weekends can only have to work during the week. They don't have to come in on the weekends because you're already here." Oh, so I basically falling and hurting myself got me a promotion, or else I'd still be in the kitchen right now making gourmet dishes. So that led me to being at the church for like 4 years, getting knowledge, the church paying for different certificates for me to learn. All the knowledge I accrued there, I have certificates that are transferable. So right now I can go to one of these casinos and ask them, your IT department, how much you guys paying them to run your system for the year? Like, oh, we got about 8 guys. We're paying $350K a year. I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. This is the Caesars. I'll take residency and $125 a year. You can fire all 8 of them. And literally, I can run the system myself because I know on a remote end, and I can set up a terminal like with 3 screens. I can run everything that Caesar got going right now. They air conditioners, the electricity, they water fountains. Everything is on one network, and then it's the doors are on a separate one, and then a security system on the third one. Like, it's boom, boom, boom. I could fix that for them, but I want to do other things right now. I'll wait until I'm ready to sit back down, then I'll try to go behind the desk again. But right now, I'm living the basketball life, the free money. Well, not free money because I'm still paying taxes. I know Trump ain't off no more, but you can hear, when you hear money, I know you go, and you tune in. You're probably going to watch this. I'm still paying my taxes, dude.
Yeah, well, you have your hand in a few cookie jars at the moment, to say the least.
Yeah.
I had never heard of Silver State Mustangs prior to meeting you and G. Can you tell me a little bit about what that is and how you ended up on this team?
Man, that's a very funny story. Now, mind you, last year they were the Vegas Blackhawks, I believe, or some other name, but they were in the AAU. So the very next year, the coach that I'm playing for now, his team last year, I believe they went to the finals. And a year prior to that, they went, I think like the last 3 years, all his programs been going to the big show. So the PBA, which is the Professional Basketball Association that we play in now, they offered him a spot. Like, would you like to bring a team in? Boom, boom. He came in, and although they got very far last year, he wasn't really feeling the aura behind the moniker, like the name. So he changed it to the Silver State Mustangs. I'm a Chevy guy. To keep it gutted with you, I love Chevys. No disrespect to Ford, but I love Chevys. So playing for him, I was like, named your team the Mustangs, coach? He like, yeah, man, we out here in the deserts. This is horse country. And then I did my research, and like before it was colonized, basically, it was ostriches, coyotes, and horses. Donkeys, horses, and coyotes. So they was really, and they backed them up. And somebody told me, they were like, yeah, there used to be a lot of horses out here, but we don't know what happened to them. I said, these hotels serve some of the juiciest, tenderest steaks. That ain't cow. But he was like, he named the team after the state because of the beautifulness of the Silver State, and then he loved horses, and then the state had a lot of horses here. So I wind up, honestly, I have a friend, his name is Victor Battle. Shout out to Hoop Shot Network TV. He was in, I think he was in Coach Carter, I believe. He's a sports actor and now an agent who helps other people get into commercials. Like I did the Nike commercial with him like 2 months ago. And now he has his hands in a project that me and G6 are working on with Adam Sandler and LeBron, I believe. He got me plugged on that too. He got me plugged, and G6 had me plugged, 2 different sides, and they talking about the same movie. So I know for a fact this was divine intervention because they both asking me to come be in the same place at the same time. But he said, I got this. I just bought a warehouse out here in Vegas on Walnut and Cheyenne. Address is 3020 North Walnut Road. He like, I just bought a warehouse. I got like a corner of it. He said, what I want to do is I'm going to build a basketball gym inside of it, and we're going to put it into the circuit that the celebrities are playing in. So, like right now when you go on Instagram, like they're not playing right now, but like maybe a year ago or like 8 or 9 months back, you will see J. Cole on the basketball court playing with Jack Harlow and J.R. Smith.
This is opposite of the big 3, correct?
Yeah, opposite of the big 3. This is like when they just doing their open runs, like when people recording them and then they put it on Instagram. Like he wanted to put his gym in the circuit to where if the artists or the NBA players there in Vegas, they want to play somewhere where it's not a bunch of public people, they want to get their hoops in, not have to sign a bunch of autographs and be on camera like that, they can come to his gym. And that's what we're working on that now. But he has a friend by the name of Marcus, Coach Marcus. That's my guy, and one who drafted me. They're partners. So he's like, well, right now I need somewhere for my team to practice. So they made an agreement to where the team and him would combine on the rent because they both using the house. So he telling me, I just got this gym. I'm trying to install the floor. You think you can help me? I'm like, oh, no problem, bro. I'm supposed to go back to LA tomorrow, but you know what? I'll pull up over there in the morning. I don't got to leave till noon. So if y'all going to be there by like 8, I rock with you till about 11, and then I got to slide. He said, oh, man, that's cool. Good looking. So I get over there. We put the floor in. We talking to him. His friend, Coach Marcus, walk up. He's short. He like 4'9", maybe 4'10", 4'11", but he walk up on me and he do one of these. You play basketball, son? I was like, sure do. He was like, I need a guard, but I need a real guard. What kind of guard are you? I already knew what he wanted because what he's asking for is exactly who I am. I said, I'm the kind of guard that's going to come to the table with my knife and my fork already in hand. You don't have to provide me with no utensils. I'm going to set the plate, but I'm going to come with my own knife and fork, and I'm going to be sure that everybody else eats before I do. He like, that's what I needed to hear. You got a spot on my team. So I was like, cool. But I never exchanged phone numbers with this man. So I leave. I go to LA. I'm gone for like 2-3 weeks. I come back to Vegas, right? I'm on my way to do something totally out of the ordinary, other end of the spectrum, have to do with Grassola. I'm doing something totally different. But I'm driving down the street and the lights and the buildings are starting to look familiar. I'm like, I think I'm over here by the gym that I met that coach at. Lo and behold, I'm driving. This is the warehouse. So as I'm driving past it, because I got to go this way, I look down the side as to where we were parked when I first pulled over there that one morning. I look down. It's guys standing outside. It's car lights on. I see balls dribbling. They hanging out. I'm like, oh, cool. He over there. Maybe I can go talk to him real quick, find out when season started, whatnot. So I go do what I got to do, and I pull back up. Just who I wanted, Coach Marcus standing there. I asked him, hey, what's up? Where Vic at? Is Battle here? He like, no, man. He said, but I've been looking for you, dude. I'm like, what happened? He like, man, I tried to build my team and I couldn't find you. I couldn't get your number, so I had to have tryouts. But I got like 6 guards now. I'm like, 6 of them? He like, I said, but you told me I had a spot already. He like, well, yeah, but I couldn't talk to you and I had tryouts. So now you got to come to tryouts. I'm like, all right, man, so when are they? He was like, well, now mind you, I'm just getting to Vegas at nighttime. So it's like 11:30 as I'm driving past, but I don't come back till like 12. So it's midnight already when I'm talking to him. He like, well, I got another one at 6 o'clock in the morning. I said, tomorrow 6? Like, oh no, I'm 12. I'm like, today 6? He like, yeah. I said, and then the next tomorrow, then he said, today 6, and then tonight at 7. I said, it's 12, and I'm just now getting to Vegas, so I can promise you, Coach, at 6 o'clock, when you're having your tryouts, I'll be face first in the pillow, snoring to the sky. I ain't even gonna lie to you, dude. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it at all. He was like, I can respect that. You're just getting in. He said, well, I've already had 5 this week. I'm only having 7. He said, so since you can't make the 6th one at 6, you have to come tomorrow night at 7 and try out. And that means you only got one chance to show me why I should pick you over the 6 guys that already came to the other 5. I was like, oh. So when he hit me like that, I'm like, all right, I'll be there. So my intention was to go, do a little more movements, make a little bit more money real quick, and then go to sleep and try to surprise him and get there at 6 in the morning. That did not work. I woke up at like 10. So I'm like, So I literally only have one chance. So I get to the tryouts. It is 29 other dudes there. So I make number 30. Like, it's 30 guys who tried out for this team. He said, now, before practice, when trial starts, he says, now, this is the last tryout, and as I've been telling you guys, I can't take all of you. I'm only allowed 13 and only allowed 11 to actually suit up. So I need 11 active, and I need 2 injured reserve players. So I can only pick up 13. So I'm looking. It's already 29 guys in here. I'm like, okay, so I see 13 plus an extra 5, plus extra 2, and then there's me. So I don't think I got a shot. But he looked at me. He said, you made it, huh? I hope you brought your A game. I said, what you thought this was? And as soon as I said what you thought this was, it turned on. Now, mind you, I'm 35. I was 34 at the time. I'll be 35 3 weeks after that. I'm 34. I am 5 months older than the next guy underneath me. And then me and him, both at 34, are 5 years older than the next youngest guy at 29. Then there's 26s, some 25s. It's like 3 23, 2 21s, and like a 20-year-old. So I'm looking at all these children. I'm like, these niggas run fast. They jump high. Their jumper is splash. I ruptured my Achilles tendon 3 years ago, and I haven't hooped since. So I really just honed my inner code. Number 24, number 8. You see the Mamba tat. Let's go Lakers. I honed my inner code. I'm like, look, I need to go Black Mamba, because if I don't, they're going to treat me like Jared Dudley on the 2020 Lakers. I'm not trying to get geezerfied. So I'm like, all right, let me get out here and do my thing. I literally try to kill myself out here, because I've had 2 other chances to go play basketball on this level. The one I told you about when I ruptured my Achilles tendon before Thailand, and then when I was under the impression I was having a child way back in 2007.
Oh, don't mess us up.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have a child way back when I was in college. This was like 2005. So I was playing basketball for Elko, and I would have went on ahead with the basketball career, had this girl, and I said, oh, we about to have a baby. Quit school immediately, went and got 2 jobs, and went right into the workforce to make sure the kid was straight. And then come to find out, not mine. Long story short, this was the last time. I'm thinking to myself, now I might get another chance. But you only normally get one.
And time is running out.
And I'm on my 3rd. I'm like, oh, no. I'm going to treat this like it is the last time I got it. So I went out there. I was upside down. I was everywhere. I hit a couple turnaround backboard. I'm calling like when I ain't shot jump shots in a long time. So now, instead of trying to force some nothing but net, I'm relying on IQ and fundamentals. So now I'm doing turnarounds. I'm calling window, because I'm finna shoot a bank shot. So when coach hear a window, the other players hear a window, and then the shot go off bank, they're like, oh, snap. He got a shot. He calling banks and stuff. So when I did it, boom, when the kids on the sideline yelled out, ooh, Kobe, G6 was right there. I got it on tape. I was like, when I heard them yell out Kobe, I was like, okay, so I really did hone the inner code. Coach Lilly, after we've done tryouts, he said, I'm going to go in my office. I'm going to call you in one by one. If I call you in, that means you made it. If I don't call you in, see you next year. So he literally went, he called. And then when he got to like number 12, he still hadn't called me. So I'm like, well, I tried. It was fun. So I'm dapping up the other dudes that's sitting around waiting to get called. Like none of us been called neither. So he walks out. He looks around. Anthony, man, get in here. I said, oh. So I get up, I walk. I get an eye to G6 who's recording me walking in the office. I'm like, because I'm already knowing what's up. But I don't want to be too giddy on camera because I'm trying to, sell it. So I get in there. He sits down. He talks to me. He said, I see you limping a little bit, man. I said, yeah, I'm kind of off a ruptured Achilles. I did rehab in the beginning, but they told me to sit down for 2 years, and I did. And then when I tried to start my rehab, COVID dropped. Gyms closed. So now I've been sitting a whole nother year and a half almost. So I'll say about 3 years, I haven't done no up and down like I just did just now. He's like, oh, okay. He said, but it's all right. I said, it's just routine. Once I get back into it, the warrior going to forget that happened, and you're going to get 100% out of me. He's like, good answer. Handed me a folder with the contract in it and said, you're a Silver State Mustang, man. Congratulations. Literally, I was the last pick.
He made you wait.
He made me wait. I was the
because
last.
you made him wait. He had to pay it forward.
Exactly.
So you get paid in this league.
Yes, we do. We get paid for the streaming, and we get paid for ticket sales. Meaning when people come and buy tickets to get in the games, we're actually playing in a pro league, but it's split with charities. So every game that we play is for a different charity. All the proceeds are cut in half. Half goes to the teams that play. The other half goes to the charities. So we're not just doing it for self-gain. We're actually doing it for a cause as well. So I'm really happy to be involved. Really glad.
And in this league, is there an opportunity to move up to G League or to the NBA? Is that the general direction that they try to point you towards?
the main goal of this league is actually to get overseas. That's their goal. They sending people over the water now. Like I just played against the 7 City Knights in Chandler, Arizona last week. Shout out to my guys. They had a great game. But they had a guy who was on vacation. He played for them last year, but played so well, got picked up by Japan. So he on vacation. He came back and played with them. The dude is like 6'4", 275. He looked like a dresser drawer, an armoire. He's huge, but he runs fast. He can jump high, and he has a jumper out of this world. He put up 45 on us.
Wow.
I'm like, he gotta be a ringer. They told us, oh yeah, man, he plays in Japan. He just came over because you guys already beat us twice this season, so we tried to bring one in. Like we beat them 3 times in a row this season, but they brought a guy that put up like 42, 45 on us, bro, and he went ham. And he don't even look like it. He looked slow, but he's not at all. He's a force. He's like LeBron, just maybe like 8 inches shorter. Went to work on us. So they do have the potential to send over the water. There's a guy play for us right now, number 22, my guy PJ Savoy, one of our captains. He just got an offer from New Mexico, and they trying to give him $2,100 a month for 3 months. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. Like they're getting us jobs, and we have a NBA combine coming up in August as well. Like we're paying $350 to get in it, but they're putting us in front of 8 NBA teams that are going to be there, watch us play, and then pick from that. So I got the chance of playing in the PBA right now, and if I go to this combine and one wow, all I need is one good wow, and I could jump right past the G and the D and the G League and go straight to the NBA because there's nobody here watching but the NBA scouts. So I could be playing for the Silver State Mustangs today, go to this NBA combine and be playing for the Pacers next week and be out of here, be in Indiana. So it's up in the air, but they're definitely giving us opportunity. This is not just a league, but a team and a coach. Basically, I'm really talking about the team and the coach that specialize in giving looks to street players who don't have footage. I'm not a street nigga, but I'm from the street. Like I play basketball at the park. I served in all the adult leagues in LA. I got championships from church leagues, park leagues, pickup leagues. But on a professional level, this is my first time. And you don't really make it to the professional level like this unless you got footage, an agent, or somebody knows you. So he's really giving us a chance when nobody else is. So I'm really like grateful and honored to be hooping with the Silver State Mustangs under the tutelage of Coach Marcus, Coach Vic, and Coach McKeskey.
That's awesome. Are you currently in season right now?
We're currently in season right now, and we are 1 win away from clinching 2nd place in the playoffs.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes.
And how many games do you play per season?
The regular season is 12 games. Okay. And then I believe if it's 1 game, I think it's 3-game elimination. So possibly anywhere from 5 to 20 playoff games.
So it's like a round robin playoff.
Yes. And then after that, the charity really takes over, and then we're going state to state, playing against teams from other states for bigger charities and splitting the money with the charities along with the team. So in total, it's supposed to be 50 games all the way around and $1,000 a game. So
that's awesome.
He's telling us, I'm trying to get you guys overseas money here, and he's basically doing that. If we playing 50 games and we don't get up to $1,000 a game,
that's $50K. Yeah,
that's $50K. That's basically that's a 10-day contract in the NBA. I'll take it.
That's a 9-to-5 job right there.
Exactly. I know 9-to-5 is barely making 27 a year. So if we getting 50 for 3 months of basketball, 5-6 months of basketball, I'm signed a 1-year contract. So we're gonna have off season. I'm signed till December of 2022, but in between there, we're going to be playing and we're going to be getting paid. So this was an unexpected blessing. I bumped into it by accident, and I'm grateful. I'm on the ride, just riding the wave right now.
Leveraging all the opportunities. The fact that it has a social impact tied to the league where half the money is being donated to charity is awesome, because you're seeing this implemented in all kinds of businesses now where they're donating a portion of their proceeds towards some sort of charity. Like Tom's Shoes was one of the first ones to do that, where I think it's like 5% or 10% of all their sales goes to some selective charity. And now we're seeing this tied more and more with the push of politically correctness and wokeness and human rights and all these different rights movements that have been happening. So that's super awesome to see.
Yes, that was one of the main things that drew me in, the fact that we're playing for charity. And don't get me wrong, I love the sport. So in actuality, like I tell coach and I tell my teammates, if we wasn't getting paid, I'd still be at every practice. I'd still be at every game because we're in the pros. And this is a shot that I've been wanting to play in the pros since I was a kid. Now, it's not NBA, but it's still higher than Park League. It's not no pickup. This is organized basketball. We have referees. Stats are kept. At the end of the season, somebody can read your stat book and say, okay, I think he'll fit in Barcelona. Let's give him $10,000 a month for 3 months. Anthony, you got a passport? Right away. Let me call my peoples. Let them know what to do. I'll be back in 90 days. Yeah, I'm on my way, and I'm, like I said, enjoying it and riding the wave.
It's awesome, and you are, like I said, leveraging opportunities. You have your OnlyFans account, and I mentioned before you're the owner of Lapp of Luxury Entertainment. Can you extend on what this is and when you founded it?
Okay, so I'm a big movie head. I'm culturally into it. So if you were to take Animal House, Project X, and then Office Christmas Party, put them all in one pot, add some of the prettiest women that the West Coast has to offer, and found some from down south, put really beautifully built bodies on them, get a lot of $single bills, 5s, 10s, and 20s, the best weed you could smoke, and the strongest of libations. And you got Lapp of Luxury ENT, logo LAPP, butt cheeks with the legs at them, make the 2 Ps. Why? Because when you come here, you're going to get something that you want dropped right in your lap.
It's true.
We give an experience. It's not just a regular party. No event that I have is regular. I don't even say parties. I either call it an event or an experience because it's for everyone to enjoy. Y'all hear all them E's? I have an event or an experience because it's for everyone to enjoy. This is boom. This is life. This is life. Lapp of Luxury is life. We have parties where dancers come and entertain you. Like I'm having an all-white party in September, and I have it every year, and it's merely because they say you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day. So we call it No White After Litbor Day, LITBOR Day. And it's usually the first weekend of September. This will be the 4th one this year. Every year has been cracking. Never police come, no shutdowns. As a matter of fact, no event I've ever had, the police have never come. They've never shut it down. There's never been not one fight, no gunplay, none of that. Because mind you, like I said, my people love me, and they're gonna involve themselves in whatever I'm doing. Most of these people that'll come to the basketball games or have me on Snapchat or TikTok or subscribe to my OnlyFans, they meet me in person when they come to a party I'm throwing. And some of them are shocked or wowed because they honestly don't believe that I'm me. Some think I'm a catfish. And then when they actually meet me and see me in face, they're like, wow, you look exactly like your pictures. I'm like, I feel regular, but to you, I'm a music video walking down the street. Like I don't even know I'm dumb tatted. I be forgetting I'm tatted like this until I take my shirt off and I'm walking down the street going to the store and I see people in the car like this. Or girls staring like, or people just looking. I'm like, what the fuck they looking at? They'll look down like, oh shit, I am a park bench, a disrespected billboard. I'm colored on like a coloring book.
Billboard. That's, you feel me? That's it. So are you throwing these experiences in houses and venues? Because organizing an event is no small feat. I've done it a handful of times. It is a complicated process. Organizing the talent, the attendees, the music, the beverages.
This is one of the gruelingest avenues that I work. And people think, oh, it's just a party. Why are you tripping? Like, no. When you're doing it all by yourself, you don't get to have any fun. It's really all work. It's a business. I have to, like, I'll get clubs or a house, hotels, just pools. Sometimes I'll rent a pool at just the house. Don't need the house. We need just the pool. Like I have all type of events, phone parties in a warehouse, ABC party at a mansion. ABC, like what's ABC?
Yeah, anything but clothes.
You know it. Like we do it. So it's like I will go and on booking.com, Airbnb, Verbo, Swimply. I will give them $2,800 for 3 days for a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, jacuzzi, swimming pool, basketball court, tennis court, off in the mountains somewhere deep where we can have parking. And then I'll spend $1,000 on liquor, give a caterer $500 to come give away all the food they're cooking for free, and then dancers and all this fun. I will spend $5,000 or $6,000 before I even make a flyer, create an event, and promote to anyone. So it's a lot of work. I don't use pre-sale money to fund it. Like people like, oh, we're going to sell pre-sale tickets and then use your money to rent the spot. And then when the party fall through, you don't got these people money to give back because you used that first $1,600 you got in pre-sale tickets to rent the house for the night. Now the caterer not coming and you can't find the liquor. So now the party got to get canceled, but you gave the house $1,600 and then I'll give you your bread back. So how these people going to get their dough back? No, I create the experience. I pay for everything out of pocket before I even ask y'all to come. So if you don't come, the party's still going to happen. The food, the liquor still going to be there. The girl's still going to be there. The event's still going to be popping. I'll stay in this house by myself for the weekend. I paid $6,000 to be here. I'm not tripping. But if y'all come, that helps me get a tad bit of my bread back. But either way, the party going to happen with or without the patrons. So it's very, like you said, it's very hard work. And then on top of that, I DJ. So 9 times out of 10, I'll DJ the party myself. And then seeing as I learned so much in IT, I have the device with me, laptop, tablet, phone. I'll be DJing the party from Bluetooth speakers around the house, everywhere, handheld while I'm at the door getting the money and then making sure the bartender putting ice in people's cups. I do the whole shebang lang so I don't get faded no more. You're not going to catch me next to the pool drunk, turned up, happy. It's been years.
You know what? Summer is here. Football is about to start. Baseball started. Basketball is going on. Every major championship is right around the corner. But you know what is not? A wild and hairy bush. Yes, that's right. Tame your pubes with help from our friends over at Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. I know they've been sponsoring the show for quite some time now. You guys are very familiar with this. Their 4th-generation performance package includes a brand new lawnmower. If an athlete treats their body like royalty, why not treat your pubes like Olympic gold? Fellas, do right by your balls and join the 2 million worldwide who trust Manscaped. It's been a little over a month now since Vegas has been fully opened. I've been to a concert at the brand new stadium out here. I went to a casino opening. I think that the world is ready to get back to force, especially out here in Sin City. But what you guys need to do is get ready and open yourself up to the Performance Package 4.0, which is from Manscaped. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find a handful of things. You'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver, ball deodorant, crop reviver, toner, plus 2 free gifts, some boxer briefs, which I love, I wear on the regular, and a Shed travel bag. All of these products in the Performance Package 4.0 has a handful of utility. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor. It has a 4,000 LED spotlight. The package also comes with the Weed Whacker to get right up in that nose to make sure that you could get out all of those prickly hairs and also save your ear from some dissatisfaction as well. Now hear me out, everybody. Use the code THEGUESTLIST, one word, the guest list, just like the podcast, over at manscaped.com to receive 20% off and free shipping. I have had dozens of friends order this product. I have not heard anything bad. I use it on the regular, especially when you're out here in Las Vegas getting ready to go out and have a good time. You want to make sure that your confidence is at an all-time high. Make sure you use the code THEGUESTLIST for 20% off and free shipping over at manscaped.com. Let's get back to the show, guys.
Since I've been at one of my parties lit, and that's because it's a business for me now. So I make sure that everybody else is there is able to get what I can't have because I'm making sure it's all here. So Lapp of Luxury, we literally bring luxury and drop it in your lap. If you can't find it nowhere else, we got it here, period.
Couldn't have put it any way better in that experience. Yeah, throwing events is tough. I used to throw fraternity parties. I just threw a party at a bar. Organizing events, not even just parties, but just organizing dinners and anything of that nature is very complicated in a sense. But I like how you said Lapp of Luxury because there is a lot of competition out here in Vegas. It's the entertainment capital of the world. But like you said, it's not just entertainment, it's an experience. So that's that's your way of one-upping all of these other event companies, is that you get to put it in everyone's lap. And who doesn't love luxury? Just put it right in their lap.
Exactly.
Set very easily. I do want to ask you mentioned in the very beginning that you were a tattoo model.
Yes.
What is a tattoo model? Because once you get a tattoo, you obviously can't remove it.
Exactly. Now, before I got dummy tatted, I was already into modeling, taking pictures, music videos, doing small little acting bits, commercials or whatnot. So the acting, the modeling, that's the basis of entertainment when you're coming up. So I got turned out watching my culture, my age bracket. You got Lil Wayne, YG, Soulja Boy, Rick Ross. You got a lot of people that made us feel like, okay, well, maybe we can get tatted like that too, and it'd be cool. So I am part of the only generation, I want to say the black generation, that'll have tatted grandparents. Now the Indians, that's part of their culture. The Latinos, they got you see older ones hit from the neck down. It might be devils and bones and skulls and bones, like old motorcycle club stuff, but they hit from the neck down, all shoulders wrapped back around, shoulders, chest. The older black community, most of them is church folk. So they not tatted like that. They don't. If you hadn't been to the penitentiary or if you're not in a jailhouse, tattoos are frowned upon in it was frowned upon with us. So now that it was made like, okay, I guess we can kind of get tatted too and it'd be cool. Yeah. And then, look how I look on this brown skin. Oh, we can get color. Oh, let's get artsy with it. And so now I am definitely part of that tatted grandparent. I will be a part of the first black tatted grandparent generation. And I'm like proud of that because I'm a non-gang member. I have no hood affiliation whatsoever. Like I'll say this or I'll say that, but anybody say, oh, nah, blood not from over here. Cuz not from over. No, can't nobody sound from their hood. They all gonna say, no, he ain't from over here. So I'm like, I'm tatted and my tattoos really tell a story. Now I'm only 35 years old, but every tattoo I got, I can sit in depth and tell you what it's about. Now the idea or the reason may sound stupid to you, but it's not gonna be I got it because it was tight or I liked it, so I tatted it. Them are not the response you're gonna get from me. Any tattoo you point at, I'll be able to give you a real story behind it. Now, mind you, some are big chunks, so I don't even have to get in detail. Like I can tell you right now, the whole right arm, I'm an athlete. My favorite sport is basketball. I'm right-handed. From the palm to the shoulder. There's nothing on this arm but basketball tattoo.
Oh, wow. So I really literally have a basketball on the top of his hand, on his forehand.
That's because 9 or 10 years ago, a rule was changed in the handbook in the league, which is hand part of the ball. So if you go to the rim and somebody slap your hand, you should either make that dunk or make that layup because you can't call foul on that. If your hand is part of the ball, if they slap your hand, they're slapping the ball. In technicality, they're slapping the ball because your hand's supposed to be a part of the ball, an extension of the rock. So if somebody hits you on your hand, you're like, foul. That's not a foul, bro. Hand is part of the ball. You got to let that go. So when I heard that, I was always mad at people. Oh, man, that's a foul. Like, bro, I hit the ball. They're like, but you hit my finger too. It's on the ball, bro. Of course I'm going to get some of your hand. It's on the rock. So when they changed that rule and made it mandatory that you can't call foul no more because hand part of the ball, I believed in it so much I went and tatted the rock on my hand. So now wherever I go, my hand is part of the ball, period. I'm a real hooper, and it's all the way down. NBA logo right here. I even got the NBA championship trophy right there.
Oh, wow. Yep. Going up to the top part of his shoulder.
I've never seen Sonic lose on that TV show to nobody but Shadow in basketball, the red one. Got him right there.
Oh, wow. That's right on his tricep.
Exactly. Like, this is really a basketball arm. This hand right here, it gets my bucket scored, so I had to pay homage. And that's just one chunk gone. Now I got arms, chest, back. Not much to explain. No.
Do you have all of your are all your pieces done by one person, or are they through handful artists?
I want to say 23 separate artists have tatted me.
Wow.
But I have either assisted with the drawing and definitely picked each and every spot where tattoos are on my body. So they literally fit. Like I hear some of the neatest artwork proportioned on my body because I picked the spots and I chose where they're supposed to be. So,
and that extends all the way through your torso, legs, stomach, down to the feet?
No, I haven't done as much as the bottom half. I can say my body is 49% covered in ink. 49% because I have the whole front, the entire back, both arms, the front of the neck, and I have a really big thigh piece on the left. But there's a bunch of pieces in between here on the top half that there's no shading and there's no artwork. So that takes away from being the whole top half. It's not 50 because then there's nothing on the face. So I'll say 46 to 49% of the top half is tatted.
It's a quite extensive collection. I call it a tattoo collection because I know people who, all my friends who have tattoos, there's different pieces of them that resemble certain things in their life, like you mentioned, right? So some people like to hang their accolades in their room. Like me, if you look behind you, a lot of my trophies and stuff are all hung up in my room, and I have no tattoos. But for you and a lot of other friends, you like to tattoo your accolades so that you can remember it on the go. Exactly.
So to tie into the main question, a tattoo model will basically, when I got turned out by the tattoos, the modeling, like the majority of requirements are little to no tattoos. So there are a lot of models that were losing work or being shunned from opportunities or gigs because of artwork. So I joined an entertainment company by the name of A2I, which is Addicted to Ink, and it was under the leadership of my high school homeboy. I grew up with him. His name is Jeremy Moore, but in A2I, his name is Gutta. So he is what you would call a philanthropist because he was able to use tattoos to bring different gang members and different people, not just gang member levels. I mean, high up, we had lawyers, MMA fighters, race car drivers, like people who did important things in life that laid claim to A2R. Like, I'm from this entertainment company. And what he wanted to do was connect everybody and show that just because we're tatted doesn't mean we're all hooligans, we're all criminals, we're all problem makers. Like, no, we have lawyers that are tatted. There's a guy that's from A2I who works for Wolfgang Puck, has the state of California from his forehead in a big chunk down the side of his face and a bear coming out of it over his mouth. And he's white jacket rolled up over Wolfgang Puck's stove in front of people cooking. And it's like, that's something to say. Like, bro, you're a dummy tatted. Like, you hella blasted. But they had to respect your gift and your craft because you head chef in here and you top dog. But you got half your face tatted, and they can't tell you, no, you can't work here because what you do, you're so good at it. So that, and then, so we like, all right, well, cool. Like, we might as well just make our own lane. So now, don't call us for gigs unless you want somebody with tattoos. We are tattoo models now. We're not just models, we're tattoo models. So now you'll see, when you see a bunch of guys in music videos that are dumb tatted, or women use, like back in the day, they used to have clean cut guys, all the old J-Lo videos, her backup dancers, fedora hats, vests, naked skin though, looking all stupid. Now you getting a Beyonce video, it's a dude laying there on the couch, blasted from the neck down. He ain't got no shirt on, six-pack, big chest, tattoos everywhere. And that's because our culture, we made an avenue for tattoo models to continue to get work, to still strive and still do what they love to do and not be an outcast because you decided to draw on yourself. We used to do that in school. Like, you was bored, you draw. Like, now, what I'm drawing, I want to stay here, and you shouldn't stop me from getting money or penalize me because I'm very good at what I do. Your camera love me. So why would you not put me on there because I drew on my skin? Put some makeup on it, or book me for something where y'all want to see tattoos. But don't outcast. I probably look better than who you chose for this this little gig right here. So
the outcasts generally become the mainstream or the pop culture at some point in time. You know, the pendulum swings both ways, without a doubt. Anthony, we've been going at this for a while. You are an incredible entrepreneur, I have to say. I have one final question for you before we get out of here. Okay. Same question I ask everybody. What does Las Vegas mean to you?
Las Vegas means a second chance. It means a very strong jump start and just an oyster I've yet to crack. I'm going to crack this oyster, get as many pearls out of it as I can, put a flag down, and then go pick up somewhere else.
There is a lot of hidden jewelry in this town, and once you find it and wear it and embody it, you can ascend to greatness. Where do I send all of the listeners and those who are watching on YouTube to follow you along your journey?
Okay, on YouTube, you can check my channel out. This is Lapp of Luxury ENT. On Instagram, I have 3 of them. The athletic Instagram is Hollywood Hooper 32. The modeling, the acting, the comedy, the TikToks, the OnlyFans, everything that has to do with looking directly at me is Tatted 2 Necklaces with the number 2, TATTED 2 Necklaces. I got that from 2 Chainz. Drinking like I'm from Texas, and you know I stay flexing. And if you don't know, I go by Tatted 2 Necklaces. I had to steal that from my guy. And then when it comes to the parties and the experience and the giving you entertainment, when it comes to venue style and just hanging out and a good, cool vibe, good music, good food, you go to lappofluxury.ent on Instagram. And then you have my Snapchat, which is Tat Daddio. Nothing but tattoos on there. The stories are outlandish. It's funny. It's a lot of comedy on there. It's a lot of sexy on there too. So ladies, tap in, check it out. And then you have Mr. Pretty Good on Twitter and also on OnlyFans. So if you look up OnlyFans, you're going to see onlyfans.com/Mr. Pretty Good. When you tap into that, enjoy the show, like, literally.
They can become your fans. Everyone who's listening, follow him on his OnlyFans, his YouTube. Everything will be tagged below. So,
oh yeah, the Facebooks. That's where everything really goes live. I tie everything that's filmed on these other places. They start at Facebook. Anthony Lee, Antonio Starworth, and Anthony Allen. Got to get all those on Facebook. It's me. I've been trying to put this together for a minute, and it's all coming full circle. I'm with Money Train Management. My manager G6, he believed in everything that I'm pushing out here. So I gotta shout my guy out right there. Man, you already know what's up. You want to come in and say what's up to the people real quick before we get out of here? You good?
G hangs out. Everyone knows.
He's here often. I know y'all seen him before. I was just trying to get him to say what's up in mine, but he gonna be Hollywood. Like he supposed to be.
Yeah, there he goes. He's hopping in. He's hopping in.
That's my guy. You see him. It's a red thing. You feel me?
That's my guy.
Support Anthony Allen, pro basketball, Jake.
Hey, that's my guy. Yeah, G secretly be hanging out in the background. He been onboarding a handful of guests on here. All of you guys have an incredible journey and insight to not only the city but all of the endeavors. So
yeah, we got a couple of partners. Shout out Mozzie VS.
Yeah,
man, my guy B Taylor, ambassador to the Pentagon. He was on here, verse the legend for show. He gassing out there on them bars. Gotta show love to Angie Ma. Faded Truth, you know what it is. Yeah, we got a cold little squad out here, and we coming with the top 40 entrepreneurs under 40. Yeah, we coming for all the top 10 spots. Y'all can have them at the 30.
Boom. Yep. Money Train Management coming through.
Yes.
Anthony, again, thank you for coming on, man. Like I said, incredible. I'm excited to see your journey. Silver State Mustangs. The OnlyFans account is awesome. Lapp of Luxury. It's all transcending or ascending towards the top. So thanks you again. And thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you next time.